What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Gunner, come here. Come here. Oh, hold on, the couch is pulling apart. Get up. Oh, you're gonna get up on this side? Okay, come on. There you go. All right. You want to talk to your people, Gunner? What do you have to say? What do you have to say to the people? Huh? You want to tell them about your rabbit? No? We're just gonna lay down? All right, that works. Today's gonna be a super busy day. We've got a delivery coming over to the warehouse, which is gonna be the start of a new project that I think you guys are really gonna like. And then I got a conference call like right at the same time as that delivery is scheduled. So it's gonna be a little bit hectic and a little bit crazy. And I think Dave's gonna meet us over there because I'm gonna be busy. I won't be able to deal with the delivery driver while I'm in the conference call. It's just gonna be one of those days. So let's get started. So our delivery isn't supposed to be here for another, let me turn all the lights on in here. Another 15 minutes, and we made it very clear that nobody would be here before then. And as I was coming in right now, I literally just saw the delivery truck getting on the freeway, going the wrong way, aka they've already been here, and obviously nobody's here. So now we're trying to call them and get them back. So Dave just pulled up. It's like I'm a minute late to my conference call. We gotta let him in, and this is how crazy today is. Hold on. Dave, buddy, oh my God, I have never seen you. Okay, this is great, awesome. Here's the camera. Here's the camera.
Dmaxryno.
I got a conference call. Bye, buddy. You're in charge.
All right.
Okay, see ya. Have fun, vlog.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Let's see, Ronald Dmax here in the house. Let's see, we're gonna make some video. You're not gonna believe it. Mercedes dead. Let's see. Well, let's get some plywood in this house. Got a new tool. You want to see it? It's fucking sweet. So the thing is, and you're not gonna believe this, but little old me has been making stuff for a long time. Some of the dudes that I've been around have said, Dave, you got to get you one of these. There's a Festool tool in the back of the van. Now, I've heard wonderful things from everyone, and basically I kind of like their style on account of what they do is they charge a ridiculous amount of money for this is a circular saw. However, they offer money back, and everybody I know is like, yeah, people buy them with the intention of bringing them back, and they never do. So we got $900 of saw here, like, which is pretty funny on account of like, it don't look like $900 a saw. I don't even look like a West Coast worm drive saw. I know. I kind of feel the same. Coming to you live from one of those roll-up door shop things where everybody's like, I wonder who rents those. Dave! And then Rhino's doing like a cam girl thing upstairs with the Google. So I'm afraid you're stuck with me here for a minute. If you don't know what Festool is, well, let me put it this way. A circular saw is $820. Which I know you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But being I've seen you guys' trucks, so I'm pretty sure you understand that you get what you pay for.
So now that all my stuff's done in the morning, I can actually like come hang out with my buddy Dave and get some work done.
I'd love that.
You know, Dave just picked up this sweet new Festool saw, and wait, are we already having issues with it?
No,
is it like?
Well, no,
is this why you don't own a Ferrari, Dave?
Well, it's part of the reason, but right now, see that I'm trying to find out if it's cool if we don't clamp the track onto anything.
So if you guys don't know, in the carpentry world, Festool's kind of like, it's in the upper echelon of life. Like you're making enough money, and you don't want to go buy ridiculously expensive tools like the track saw. Now you're probably saying, well, DeWalt makes a track saw, Makita makes a track saw. Why are you guys spending all this money on a Festool track saw? And Dave, give me an explanation.
All right, so this is the SketchUp drawing that they send us, and they say, hey man, you got any portals? And I was like, no, we're out of stock in the portals. You know, it's like a work for it tank top.
Right.
I ain't never got a portal when you need one. And then there's like, hey, never mind this black spot on the bottom, but basically we want this portion around here to be steel. We want it to look like you're going into a steel cave.
Right.
It's like a cave in the year 4000. And then I want to talk for a minute about the architectural model. Like,
what do you think they
see?
picked,
you think?
Does that guy not represent the normal person or what? I kind of give him credit for using that guy.
Right? Because it's a SketchUp.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I didn't see any dudes looking like that in San Francisco, man. Most of them were covered in fecal matter.
Well, remember, Dave, this is going to Los Angeles. There's a lot of guys that look like that in Los Angeles.
That's true. Yeah, so inside of here, it's where Sony, well, they work on your video cameras. Like it's in Hollywood, so it's for the places that are shooting Deadpool. And so
that was your best reference you can come up with.
Endgame.
Okay, all right.
When you walk in, you got a reception desk right here, and they're like, how can we help you? And then you say, like, you gotta hurry. Ryan Reynolds is getting all butthurt talking to Kevin Arnold or Fred Savage, right?
Yeah, this is a hot movie you're making here, Dave.
So in the front, then you see this portal. This is all steel, and this is all plywood. And you're like, oh, I want to go there, And then you walk in, and then you got, like, their shop is making all these weird things like this, which I don't know, man. But it's a big old room right there. So you go through it's an old architectural trick to, like, shrink down people and then blast them out. It's why the foyer.
Oh, the foyer.
Yeah, like if you go into a church or something like that, you'll walk in and there's like a room, like if you're a Catholic church, which I don't care, but they spend a lot of money on the architecture. Like the holy water is in like, it's not like nice. It's like maybe an 8-foot ceiling, then you get the holy water, and then you open up the doors. And there's your 45-foot tall ceilings with the flying buttresses and blah, blah, blah down the road. And that's to like...
As you may have heard in Dave's 4-hour-long rendition there, talk about, this is actually going to be assembled up at Sony in Los Angeles. So we're going to build it here. Nobody wants to drive to LA every day to work on it. Like that is no fun. So we're going to build it here. Can we go back to my original question as to why we spent all the extra money on the Festool, David?
All right, so I mean, this backside right here, well, I've got a unisaw, which is like an industrial table saw, but it's not like a sliding. I'm assuming your viewers, like if you're a truck guy,
I feel like most, I don't know, I feel like sliding table saws aren't that common unless you've ever worked in like a cabinetry shop.
I've certainly never saw one in the field.
You're right.
Until you go to a cabinet shop, you don't know that's why everything is so perfect.
So a sliding table saw has a giant like sled on it that basically you can rip full sheets of plywood perfectly straight on it, versus like you saw me and Chris ripping some plywood in here the other day. Like that plywood that we use on that back wall is not perfectly straight. I mean, it's straight enough for what we were doing. But when you're going to be building the stuff that we're building here, which is going to require 2 pieces of plywood mitered together, per Dave's finally got us a real drawing here that we can show some people some stuff here.
Yeah, it's not exactly accurate, but even just this corner over here, holy.
Dave loves SketchUp when you get lost in a wall.
Even this side right here, like when I'm looking at this, it means that this cap is going to need to be, I call it mitered, however, it might be beveled. I don't know, but I need this to be a 45 across the face here so that those 2 pieces come together so that we don't see the edge of the plywood.
Right.
Like if I don't have a sliding table saw, which, it makes this almost impossible. So those are $40,000 saws, new.
Right.
Or we pay like, $1,500
right. And the reason you go Festool over the Makita or the DeWalt is obviously if you're trying to mate up 2 pieces on a 45, you want that. I mean, you can see he's doing some test cuts there. Yeah. You want those pieces to be as pretty freaking straight as you can get. Otherwise, if you see a little bobble in it, you're going to start to see that when you make the 2 pieces up. So at that point, like, you got to go with the higher end saw just to really help ensure the accuracy. Looks like our lumber drop just showed up. We'll send a driver that unloads it too. That's what I like to see. Yeah. I like frost.
If it never works out at Frost, just let me know. All right, we'll keep you busy.
All right, so I just got off film with, you know, I'm looking at my system. You guys will watch me. I already did some preliminary cutting, and I noticed that my track is walking like, you know, 1/16 of an inch, like not a lot. However,
Not enough.
you know, I'm like, oh, dude, I need to get some clamps, preferably a clamp that slips into this T-groove right here, you know, and goes along. You know, it's like part of the Festool system, and that would speed us up. You know, I mean, we gotta make like 600 fucking cuts on this thing, you know?
Well, so you notice if Dave takes his hand off the saw, when you have it set at the 45, the weight's a little bit off there.
Yeah, it's not balanced. So I call my favorite hardware store, and I'm like, hey man, and they're like, hey, I'm looking for some clamps. And so he says, you don't need clamps. I'm like, dog, like, I didn't call to ask you if I need clamps or not. I called to see if you had some.
I think that's one of the hardest working bees I ever seen. Ask him where he wants to go. We'll give him a ride, man. He looks like he's weighted down too much.
You want to go to Mesa Lumber?
Dave is terrified of flying insects. By the way, I'm surprised he even rolled the window down that much. Oh, that's the closest he'll get because he's through a window. All right, Dave, let's see what happens if we, come on, Dave.
Why? Why would you do that?
So we've made it to our favorite hardware store. Now, what I like about this place is it still remains very old school feeling. They've definitely got the old school vibe, and they know us. That's a Festool rack right here. I'm gonna bet it's one of these clamps.
Look at this, look.
I don't know, man, it's a Festool. It's a foreign language to me. Oh, we got some track felt replacement.
That's all I'm talking about.
That's it right there. That's it right there. Ooh, or top track.
No, I don't like it like that.
But does it go in that one? Oh, but it has to go the other way.
It would, but
yeah, that's weird.
I bet this one was pricey.
I bet everything's pricey.
What's this one?
Oh, Dave, are you running or was that you?
Oh, what's up, Dave? See that? Dave, you got recognized, bro. You finally.
That's me.
Which one's yours?
All of them.
All of them are you? Yeah. I gotta appreciate a company that'll post pictures of their trucks doing things they're not supposed to.
It's supposed to do that,
It's supposed to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I say. It's meant to do
They're
that.
work trucks. They're working right there.
Because it doesn't slam down, right? Doesn't
No,
it?
see,
Now?
they've been doing it since, you know, the 80s,
Ooh,
90s.
ooh.
Yeah.
I like the cab over up there.
Yeah.
So I completely forgot right before I left. I've got more of our security system getting installed over at the warehouse. It's been like a 3-day process because we're making that place like Fort Knox over there. And they called me right as we were coming on our way here saying that they were over at the warehouse. And luckily I convinced them to wait for us. So we got to head back in a hurry. Right, buddy?
Festool.
So this is a good idea to give you guys an idea of what the clamp does. Slides into the track below, and it's adjustable based on your product dimensions, so you don't have to always have it clamped way back here, which is nice. So now that we got you know, all the equipment and tools that we need, of course, now it's time for Dave to go pick up his kids from school, or a kid from school.
I feel like I got kids.
You feel like you got kids?
Kids.
You do have kids. So since Dave left, obviously we're putting that project on hold for right now. But one thing I want to get around to doing that I haven't done yet is, well, first of all, now you can see we got some snacks going on here at the warehouse. That's pretty sweet. If you guys saw my Instagram story the other day when we went to the candy warehouse, like seriously, that is every fat kid's dream, even though I'm not a fat kid, but I still love candy. But I've got this little niche over here that I want to end up putting some type of base cabinet with a little countertop, maybe a Keurig on, because we all know my good buddy Dave is a coffee fanatic, so that way he can have coffee all day long. And then I want to end up putting the refrigerator over here. So we've got 5-foot span there, which is enough to run a 36-inch base cabinet, and then the refrigerator is 2 foot wide, just under 2 foot wide actually. And I want to build a base that the refrigerator can sit on, so it's kind of at like, you know, normal person height instead of way down here. So I guess today's probably a good day to do that, and I'm not gonna like spend a bunch of money on it. I'm gonna buy literally probably like the cheapest white Hampton Bay cabinet that that Home Depot has, and it'll actually match the free upper cabinets that came up in the upstairs office when we bought this, or when we leased this place, I should say. So let's go jump in the truck and head to Home Depot, my favorite place. Let's go see what we can find. So we found the classic Hampton Bay base cabinet here. Now for $154, we get the sink base, and what a sink base is basically the top drawer right here is fake, because obviously you need to leave room for your plumbing. Now for an extra, I don't know, what is that, 50 bucks, you get a working top drawer. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it or not, or I just go the sink base because it's cheaper. Well, I decided it's probably going to be worth it to have a drawer because we don't really have a whole lot of storage at the warehouse, so I think that's what we're going to end up going with. All right, we got our cabinet. I opted to not get a countertop for it because I don't like the crappy looking Formica countertops that Home Depot has. Probably for the price or less, I'll come across a scrap of something decent, or we'll make like a butcher block, or shoot, I'm even okay with a plywood top on the countertop back there. But let's head back to the warehouse and get this booger installed. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, this also causes cancer in California. So it's gonna be a really tight fit, but the measuring tape doesn't lie. It claims that this fridge will fit perfectly on the side of the cabinet there. And then I'm just running a little temporary power set up there until we get something really finalized. But I think I'm gonna put the fridge there tonight, so obviously I don't want it to not be running. Not that we have any real food in there, but you know, keep the drinks cold. Never used one of these boogers, but I'm assuming it's true to life on that line. All right, let's give it a go. So we've got the base in. Actually got the little front panel that's gonna go there getting painted right now. I'm just gonna end up painting it black, that way it matches the black fridge. I'm not so sure anymore that I want to paint the cabinet black. I don't hate that it's white, and I also don't trust the spray paint holding up very well. So we might just leave it alone, and that way at least the finish will hold up for a decent amount of time. I'm gonna end up hole sawing a hole on the side of the cabinet here to run power down through. And then, like I said, that's just my temporary power setup until we either get, I don't know, might have my electrician come back out, run some conduit down behind the fridge, or I just get a longer power strip and it really tucks up underneath the code base there quite well. So maybe we just run with that. Now the real fun part is going to be getting the fridge up here by myself. So I've taken everything out. I'm going to get it up there before I put the front panel on. That way I don't like chew the crap out of the front panel if I have to like set it on there and like slide it up in. So nothing to it but to do it. Let's see if we can get this booger up there. I'm a fan of smarter, not harder. Let's make a little ramp. Come on. Just nice and easy. Just nice and easy. Don't take a big chunk out of the cabinet. Alright, right there works. If your cord wasn't in the way. There we go. See? No need to fight. No need to struggle. Currently waiting for the paint on the front panel to dry. It is almost there. But the cool thing is, being that I have such a convenient pressure washing, detailing, whatever, car washing setup, I was able to run out here real quick and give the old 7.3 a quick nice once over and a bath. I mean, look, you can actually see that the wheels aren't made out of brake dust. They look nice and clean there. I'm telling you guys, you can't beat the convenience of it, and when it's convenient, it means you're gonna do it more. I mean, I finished all that before the second coat of paint here could dry. All right, well, there we go. We finally got kind of our little, I don't want to say mini kitchenette. Maybe I guess we can call this a mini kitchenette. Almost done. I still got to figure out what I want to do for the countertop, but I'm sure in the next couple of days or so, I'll come across a scrap of something that we could end up putting up there. And I think it turned out pretty good now that we have a fridge that actually makes sense and you can actually reach things without having to get down on the ground to even see inside of it. And on top of that, we've got another really cool project happening back here. So I'm really excited to see this thing take shape. Like I said, we're gonna end up building it back here. It's for Sony up in LA, and then we're gonna take a trip to LA and get it installed. So I'm excited to bring you guys along with that journey as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now, that way you do not miss out on any future vehicle content, any future building content, or whatever it may be. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforitapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn.